are you?
Good, good. You look lovely. I love your hair color.
Oh, so do you. Thank you. So do you. So do you.
Thank you. Welcome to the Face Behind the Brand. So
Yes.
I'll introduce you to the folks that, of course, that are here that know you, but to those that don't know you, we have the queen of visuals, Aisha A. Visuals, and she is
Hi.
our beautiful guest tonight. And where are you? Where are you at right now? All the way in Atlanta? You on the East Coast?
Yes,
You're in
I'm in
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the
Yep.
weather
Yep.
like?
Yep.
What was the weather like today?
Um, well, today it was pretty good weather. The sun was out, but it's everywhere. The
Okay.
weather is everywhere. It's everywhere.
There's
So.
Contraband. Contraband said, "Hey, Aisha."
Hi. They
So
were so great to work with.
yeah, absolutely. Well, thank goodness for him, because when I had him on the show, he
Uh-huh.
mentioned so many of you, and of course the connection has taken place, and so I am
Yeah.
grateful. So definitely shout out to
Yeah.
Contraband Beats, to Bizzle,
Yes.
to D Spencer, all those guys. So tell us, who is Aisha A? Who is Aisha A Visuals?
I am Aisha A Visuals. Ooh, I'm a lot.
You are a
I
lot,
do
honey. You're a
video.
heavy hitter.
I do video, creative directing, photography, which was my first love.
Okay.
But then I transitioned into video and other things. So I do a little bit of everything as far as visually.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's me. I do a little bit of everything. So
Well, that's a lot, because I have it down. I mean, I got you as a creative director, yes,
yeah,
videographer, photographer, editor,
yes,
concept
I edit
artist.
too.
Yes.
Yes, I do it all.
So you wear many hats, and then of course you are a mommy as well, correct?
Yes, I am. Yeah, yeah.
So you have a
I
boy
have
and a girl.
I have a boy who is 9,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a little girl who is 9 months.
Oh my
So
God,
I
I
just
saw
kind of
that
have.
little Melody, right?
Yes, yes.
Congratulations,
That's
congratulations.
amazing.
That's
Thank
beautiful.
you.
So how are you able to juggle? I mean, because you're doing a lot. So how
Yeah.
are you able to basically, keep everything together and work, be a mom, be a daughter, be a friend, be everything you're being?
Um. Ooh, I don't even know. Like it definitely.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. It definitely. When you're trying to do, mom and boosting your career
Yes.
and working and taking care of home and I'm engaged,
Yeah,
so
congratulations.
that like yeah, so it's something where you kind of gotta, certain times you can plan and different things like that, but you kind of gotta just be on your toes and
Mhm.
just keep going. Like, I with my kids, I take time out, but then when I have to do my videos and my photography and different things like that,
Mhm.
I gotta kind of step away and
Mhm.
become the director and
Yeah.
and and focus on that and different things like that. So it's definitely something that you can't really have a real balance with.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
just kind of have to be ready for everything.
Juggle, yeah. It's like you're juggling.
So,
And I know you
yes, it's
definitely have a strong spiritual sense. So I mean, I'm sure I
yeah.
give all praises to God, for
Oh
just
yeah.
just
Oh
blessing
yeah.
you indeed. You know what
Yes,
I'm
yes.
saying?
I was definitely brought up believing in God,
Hmm.
and there's definitely different miracles that have happened in my life
Absolutely.
that have definitely proved that He is real.
Yes.
So, so I definitely thank Him every day. I have like healthy babies. I
Mm.
have my career that I'm still going with.
Yes.
And just working with different people in the industry
Yes.
is a blessing too as well.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah,
Well,
definitely.
I'm definitely humbled to have you, and just like I
Oh,
said,
thank
just to
you.
spend some time and just share your story with us, and then share your art with us, and just your
Yeah.
creative sense. So talk a little bit about some of those miracles, because I know you grew up and you shared with your mom that you wanted to be a photographer, and your mom
Yeah.
told you to get a job being a photographer. So talk about that.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Yeah, so my mom played a big part, rest her soul. My mom played a big part in this,
Yes.
and me wanting to do visuals and different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in middle school, I used to be taking pictures of everybody, and my girls used to always want me to take pictures of them, modeling and different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started doing it more, I'm like, wow, I really like this. I think this is really what I want to do.
Yeah.
So the first person that I told was my mom.
Yeah.
And she was like, that's awesome. She was like, the first thing you should do is get a job in it. And then build, she's all for it.
Yeah.
So, that was one thing. So she had passed from pancreatic cancer probably a few years ago.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my motivation as well, to continue with it and to do it.
Yeah.
Is just for that, because I just love to see her light up when I showed her my pictures and different things like that. It was really nice. So that is definitely one of the drives that I have as far as doing my video and my photography and different things like that. So I did my first photography job was in a portrait studio at Sears. I used to just sit there in the back door.
I want to talk about that, because I was just like, how amazing is that? And rest in peace to your mom. I mean, but it's like she left such a great legacy. You are her legacy. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. She was definitely one of those women that left a mark in this world.
Yeah.
The biggest heart. So with that, it's kind of like, that's what kind of drove me to go even harder, because it was kind of like when I first started, I was like, maybe I like it, maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, when I started doing it more, and I started really getting into it, researching it and different things like that, it was something where, pictures and video and visuals is really the only thing that we have to keep a memory, to go back and look back on something, like, maybe with your family members, your girls or something like that. And you bring out that photo book that you guys can all laugh at and just have memories. It's really like, it's not only something that I can get creative with and that I love, but it's also something that I feel like brings joy to other people, as far as being able to look back on these pictures and videos and different things like that, and being able to show different people what they did. So,
well, let's talk about that, because to be able to capture a special moment, for others, you definitely have to be a visionary, right? And I definitely think that you are a visionary. So talk to me about the process that goes into planning a memorable shoot, a memorable photo shoot for somebody, especially if you don't know them, you just met them, and you're, you want to deliver the best memorable experience for them. What goes into the process and planning for you to do that?
If it depends on who it is, because if it's a model, I love Pinterest. I'm always on Pinterest. I'm on there more than I'm on Instagram and Facebook put together.
Wow.
It's just inspirational to me, like as far as looking at the different styles of different people and stuff like that. So sometimes if I shoot a model, if I shoot a celebrity or something like that, I'll look on their page to see what their style is like. To see maybe things that they have done before. And sometimes it drives me to go in that direction, but then sometimes it drives me to go in a different direction. Like, oh, I see that, this girl in all of her pictures, she's wearing jeans or, something like that. Maybe let's put her in a dress and, you know what I mean? Spice it up a little bit or something like that. So a lot of times, when I'm looking to do different projects and stuff like that with models and different things like that, I want to make sure that, I can make it creative, but also make it as, something that the models will be proud of as well, and that they can show around and different things like that. So a lot of my inspiration does come from Pinterest and just things I think up as well. So
I like that. Yeah, definitely, because magazines are big. I mean, they've been around forever, as long as we've been little. So all the publications, I mean, it's so colorful, so beautiful. The dresses, the flowers, the clothes,
Yes.
Because I definitely love everything. Fashion. I know you do too. So So let's talk about that, because you have had a lot of published items in publications. I mean, just amazing. I mean, I can just go down the list here, and I'm going to say hello to some of the people that are waving to you. I see Val Speaks. Hello, Val. I see DJ Wislam. I see Bianca Jade Music. There's so many people on here tonight, so this is good.
Nice.
Thank you guys all for coming out. So yes, let's talk about some of those publications, Aisha. Urban Magazine, okay, that's big. Shade Room, okay.
Yeah.
Voyage ATL, Fuse Magazine. I know. I see you're blushing. So it's like there's a lot I know about these now. Element Magazine. I mean, this is huge. US Today. Lyrical Lemonade did a huge publication article on the vids that you did. HH Weekly, Elevator, you know, Indie Magazine, and the list goes on. So how does one go about getting that type of, you know, success in those type of publications? How does one go about getting published?
Well, some of the publications that I did, they asked for specific things. So it's good to really make sure that you know what their audience is, and how they like shoots done and different things like that. Because some of the magazines, they'll only pick the picture based off of how it's going to go with, you know, their production or what they're doing. So sometimes, you know, I'll shoot specifically for a magazine submission, and became good friends with a few people, like Elements. They used to always ask for my stuff and different things like that. So just the style of it, I kind of try to base it off of, you know, what would this magazine want? And the other ones, I've just worked with other people who have been published in those things. So it was a publish for me, you know, with artists like Jay Griffey. I work with him, and he's published a lot. So, and, you know, the different models, I worked with a model, Nadira. She, you know, she has a very nice look that people love, and they love to publish. So certain ones, like especially with the models, I've shot for that publication, but then others, it was just like, you know, people were getting featured and different things like that. So they use my work. So.
I love it. I love it. It's amazing. So what do you actually, what's the best part about the work that you do? So I know meeting the people, but I mean, what's the best part about what you do as a visual artist?
Meeting people, the vibe. I love vibes. Like I'm a vibe person.
Me too.
So when I get on shoots and different things like that, we got to cut the music on. We got to, you know, we got to get it together. Like, you know, we got to loosen up. And, you know, I've had a lot of photographers come to me and ask me, like, you know, how do you get this girl to, you know, look so comfortable and, you know, like, you know, with you and stuff like that. Well, you know, sometimes we have, I call it girl talk, you know, like we have girl talk at my shoots and different things like that. So it doesn't really feel like work. It feels more like fun. So definitely, like, you know, I love my shoots because it's not, I don't try to pressure people into, you know, posing a certain way or doing a certain thing, or you're not doing it right, or, you know what I mean? Like, I want them to be completely themselves because it comes off on the camera. Very natural. It comes off on camera. So if I'm telling a girl to, you know, pose and I see that she's stiff, I'm like, girl, loosen up a little bit. Let's get some music in here. What we need? We need some wine. What we got?
I was just gonna say wine. I didn't want to say bring, you know, whatever it takes, you know.
Yes, because, you know, the main thing about pictures coming out right is a person being comfortable with them. If a person is not comfortable with them or comfortable with you, it's going to show on camera. So, you know, that's what I love as far as my shoots are concerned, is that it doesn't feel like work. It feels more like, you know, fun, but we're productive. We're getting stuff done. So.
And it's creative fun. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think, when you take pictures, I always tell my mommy some of the best pictures, like, I just tell her, snap about 50 pictures. So that way, however I am, just get me. And then I'll be like, you know, I'll pick the best one, but it's like the natural, because you'll get something that I didn't even plan to do, you know.
Right. You gotta be that friend, like, take a picture, and I'm like, okay, hold on, wait, I gotta get this angle. Let me get this angle. And they're like, come on, this ain't no photo shoot now.
Yeah,
I'm like, it is now.
turn it into something else. But I think
Right.
it makes a lot of sense. So what about, say, if someone, because I mean, this generation is right behind us, right? I mean, you have people that are, you know, maybe watching, people that are on Instagram at all times, Facebook, but they're in high school and they're where you were when you were working in that portrait studio. So to an artist who wants to follow this same path as you, whether it's him or her, what would be some advice that you would give to them right now, especially right now with this whole 2020 where we are? Like, what would you tell them?
Yeah.
What can they do?
2020 has been a ride, but I would say, you know, if you're looking to get into this industry, definitely network. Like they say, you know, your network is your net worth. Like, that's very true. You know, network with different people, get to know different people. I shadowed a few people, you know, when I first started out. So don't be afraid to, you know, get in people's inbox, ask them if you don't know something, ask them about something, or ask them if you can shadow them, or, you know, just don't be afraid to learn, because it's so much to learn in this industry.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, don't get discouraged. You know, sometimes, us behind the scenes people, we are, well, it's changing now, but it used to be where you don't see us. So it's like, you know, sometimes it's like, sometimes we're treated kind of like behind the scene people, but you know, we're the most important people to the product. So, you know, make sure that you know, rep your brand the right way. And, you know, when people are asking for pictures and asking for videos and different things like that, give them something that they can remember, something that they can work with and love. That's why I said learning is so important in this industry, because it's a lot to explore and it's a lot to do. And if you have that eye, you know, it may come a little easier for you. You know, but the people who have to, you know, kind of find it a little bit more, you know, look around. When I drive different places, and like even when I get lost, I found some of the most
amazing,
greatest locations. Like, that's honestly what I do. Like, you know, when I'm driving around, I'll look around and see what's around. And if I see something really nice that I like, that I really want to shoot at, I'll jot the street name down.
I love it.
And find somebody to shoot there with. So, you know, don't be afraid to, you know, use what's around you, like, you know, and ask people about different things, and you know, just learning is so important in this industry, because it's always changing. Always changing, you know. And for the females, don't be afraid. Don't let these men in this industry,
well, you know what, you read my mind, because that was my next comment to say. You know, I mean, in this thriving industry, what is it like being a successful female creative director, you know, visual artist in such a dominated male industry? Like, how do you deal with it? How do you deal with it?
Oh, well, I mean, you know, women, like, this is your show. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the production and everything like that, you know, this definitely a male dominated industry, and a lot of males will let you know that. But I've been seeing some of the best female directors lately that have been coming out with different work that brings a different perspective. I feel like we bring a different perspective into the industry. When you have people like Jura Francis, the girl who directed a lot of Cardi B's videos and different things like that, she has like a special eye. So I feel like, you know, this industry is male dominated for sure, but a lot of us women, we're definitely, you know, we're definitely putting work in just as much as the males and different things like that, to, you know, get our work out there. So for the females like out there, don't be afraid, you know, to step in this industry. I know it's a male dominated industry. You know, there's been a time where I had a guy come up to me, and I had my camera with me. I had my big lens and stuff like that. And he's like, "Do you know what to do with that?" And I'm like,
"No, he didn't." Like,
wait a second. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, let me pull up my work. Hold on, let me pull up my work.
Google me. No.
So I had to show him my work, And he was like, wow, really? He was like, well, you're nice. You're nice. I was like, oh, thank you. I was like, so
Wow.
show me your work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like, well, I don't have my website updated. I'm like, oh, man.
Well, now he don't want to see who you are. Ain't that something?
You're trying to test me. So you might get tested in this industry,
Yeah.
but you know, I think the best thing about being a female is that when you're shooting with females,
yeah,
they're comfortable with
yes.
you. You know what I mean? So it's not more so like you have this man telling you, you know, take your clothes off, and you know what I mean? Like, I've had models come to me and shoot with me, and I'm like, do I need to take my clothes off? And I'm like, girl, no. Like, you know, there's a message that I always like to put out to models. You do not have to strip down to show that you're beautiful. You just don't. Like, you know, and some of them aren't comfortable with that. I've been on shoots myself where, you know, male visual artists, they require that, you know, but there's something really special about a photograph of a natural female that is that has like a classic beauty look. It really is, you know. So,
absolutely. I think we're sitting here right now. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
We are being filmed. No. But no, I think I'm so glad that you said that, because it's so important for people to hear that. And it's, I mean, I know, I mean, it's sexual and sexiness sales, you know, we get that. I mean, you know, but there is a time and a place for everything. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and it doesn't have to be sold, you know, for everything. You know, so
exactly. And there are some beautiful women out here that, you know, have that classic look where you don't have to, you know, do all that. And especially if you're not comfortable, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, I just feel like I like pictures that you know, can be beautiful and sexy at the same time, because there is a such thing.
So, and it exudes. I mean, you could feel that energy. So like when you go back to to energy and vibe, I'm a big energy person, you know, like I love, like how you were saying, I like to get lost a lot. Actually, it's crazy. I like to just find and discover places, and then I won't tell you where they are. Like people are like, where is that? I'm like, it's my secret place.
Yeah, that's me. And I have a lot of people that are like, where did you shoot that at? That's like the question. Where did you shoot that at?
Like, and I'll post it and everything, and I won't tell you. Because it's mine. It belongs to me. Like if it's somewhere I haven't been, and I think we all should go, then that's different. But if it's a place for a spiritual place for me, like to really get it in, I'm not going to tell you. I'm just not. Right. And speaking about some of those, it's a safe place. Exactly. So you're in Atlanta. So talk about how influential Atlanta has been, because the culture there, I know, is crazy. So talk about how that influences your art. Right.
Well, I came from the Philadelphia area.
Okay.
So compared to up there, when I first came down here, it was like a little bit of a culture shock, because, you know, you don't, up north, you don't see people, or, you know, black people, you know, black women and men hopping out of Porsches and, you know, different things like that. But when you come down here, you see all of that. You see mansions, you see like everyone has a business down here. I think Atlanta was like one of the best moves for me, because it's not only inspirational for camera people, but also, you know, I feel like it celebrates Black culture. So, you know, it celebrates Black culture a lot. You know, the culture is very strong out here.
I know it is.
Yeah. So when you go to these different events, and you meet these different people and stuff like that, it's Black successful men and women, like, you know, out here that are really, really into their business and thriving off their business. And it was just a really big inspiration to me, because, you know, where I come from, it's like, you know, you see that, but you don't see it
enough
playing out right. Like, you know, you don't see that. So I think Atlanta was the best move for me, because it's just, you know, they call it the Black Hollywood.
Yes, but I was going to say that next. It is, huh? It's like the Black Hollywood.
Yeah, but It actually is.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of Black successful people down here,
Mm-hmm.
and they support other Black successful people.
Okay.
And and it's just down here it's a lot of the access is easier to get to people as well.
Mm.
So if
You're
you're
in the
looking to
middle.
shoot with
Yeah.
yeah, like if you're looking to shoot with bigger people, they're already down here.
Mm.
So it's easier for me to reach out and work with them. So
That makes sense. I've always just been more, because I'm California, so I'm scared a little bit. I just don't know which part of the South, and don't want to be moving into the part where, it's just I don't know.
oh, right.
I get,
No, I get it. I
so
get
it's like,
it.
are you in Atlanta? Are you in the outskirts? I mean, where do you not go so that it's not, KKKville? That's
Yeah,
what I'm afraid.
because they are there. But
I know they're there, So.
yes. I think I stay outside of Atlanta a little bit. Because I have two kids, so
Yeah.
I try to keep it good for them.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't explore in those places where I'm not welcome or I don't feel like I should go.
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty much in Atlanta, and then I'm on the east side.
Okay.
So, DeKalb County and what is it, Fulton County? They're like, the counties where a lot of, Black people live.
Mm-hmm.
But the good thing about Atlanta is it's a prosperous area.
Okay.
So you still have condos, you have mansions, you have like the huge houses and the Porsches and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But Black people own it. So
it's
kind of like
inspiring.
people.
Yeah, to see our own people owning and owning their own businesses and prospering, and then celebrating others. Because that's the big thing. Like, can we celebrate each other and not hate on each other? It's like, it's not, there's so much, there's more than enough,
Right. Like Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight said, fix it.
Did you see that? Amazing.
Yeah.
I caught the tail end because I was doing an interview, but I thought it was so beautiful.
Yes, I love them. They are, well, I get their music from, my mom, my dad, and all of them, like listening to it and everything like that. But that music is my heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The old school music and stuff like that, that's just embedded in me because I've been listening to it for so long.
Yeah.
That's why I was excited about it last night. I was like, hold on, let me tune into this.
Okay.
But it was really nice because it just celebrated sisterhood, and it wasn't no negativity or anything like that. It's all positive vibes, and I love seeing that.
Yeah.
Like, I love seeing that.
The vibe is amazing,
Yeah.
So talk about the joy. So what brings you joy aside from the visual art? I know, of course, music now, of course. You got your beautiful babies. What else brings Aisha joy?
Definitely my babies. Like my kids are when I'm not shooting or anything like that, that's where I am with them. So
your life. Yeah, they're your life.
Yeah, definitely them. And I haven't gotten out to travel in a while, but I just love the beach.
Oh.
I love, I love the beach. I love yes.
I'm excited because I'm like, oh, she's coming to California. I'm just so excited.
I actually have a friend out there, and she's like, you need to come over here. You need to come over here. And I've had people from California requesting me to do photos and video, and I'm like, maybe I should. Yeah. Yes, I'm ready.
Yes.
So maybe I should, go out there, but definitely trying to plan a trip out there, to LA and see, just the lifestyle, because I've never been over on the West Coast before in my life.
You're gonna go crazy. Especially with your camera. Oh my God. Like, if I was a photographer, I would just, I would lose my mind. Because I think I am one. A lot of times when I'm taking pictures and editing and moving the motions around, slowing down the waves, so you are going to just lose your mind. You've never been to California? Oh my God.
No, I've never. And that's what I'm like, I really want to come out there. So, I'm trying to plan to come out there soon. Of course, coronavirus kind of,
I know. I know.
slowed me down a little bit, but you know, definitely planning on still getting out there because I really want to come out there and just, you know, really set up some really nice shoots with people that I've been talking to, you know, on social media, and they've, you know, been asking me. Some people think I'm over there. I think.
Have no clue. Like, where are you?
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, where are you at?
yeah. Like, can I book you? Will you come out here? I'm like, you got to pay for my ticket.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot. But I mean, you know, people are traveling, you know, now. I mean, I thought that they weren't, but I mean, you know, besides going out of the country, you could still travel within the U.S. right now. So I gotta get over there. We'll be seeing you. So when's your birthday? When's that coming?
May 31st. I'm a Gemini.
Okay, you're right after me. I am April 20th.
Are you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So why and people hate on the Gemini so much.
Yeah, I'm actually more. It's funny because somebody was telling me, who was I having this conversation with recently that I was talking to Juche's signature. We were talking about because Taurus is. She's May and I'm April, but I'm on the cusp. So I'm like Aries Taurus, but I'm a Gemini moon. So I don't even know what that means, but it probably could mean like when I switch up and get crazy. I don't know. So
I know. When I tell people I'm a Gemini, they'd be like, wait a second. Do you have another side to you?
You're a twin, huh? I think we all have a twin, though. But I mean, Gemini, you guys have twins.
You know, especially women. We once a month, I feel like we usually have two people in us. At least two people, maybe 3 or 4 sometimes, but
but that's an interview for a whole nother day, girl. We can get into that conversation. I think we're only ourselves for 1 week out of the month.
Right.
Okay. 1 week. So that's a whole nother conversation now. But which visual artists are you most influenced by? Who directors that really move you?
Definitely Colin Tilley. He's one of the big ones. He actually did the WAP video. So he's very inspirational to me. He is, because he kind of, you know, started, it was something where he started by accident.
Wow.
But he got so good, and his production company is amazing that, you know, he can pretty much, you know, do no wrong. Definitely Dave Meyers. I love Dave Meyers, but I loved him from like a while ago when he used to do Missy Elliott's videos and Busta Rhymes videos.
All of Missy's, all of her I think all of her videos were dope. Like different, right?
So I really like Dave Meyers. Jorah Francis is another one. She's a female. Phenomenal. Ava DuVernay, you know, as far as the film, I love her. You know, I feel like she just captures Black people in such a good light, and she gets it, and she puts the story together, and people get it, and they love it. So those are pretty much the people that I look for. Definitely some other ones, but those are the main people that I absolutely love.
Yeah. So. You know who I like? And I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but it's is it Hiro Murai? Hiro Murai? He's Japanese. I believe I don't want to say. I think he's Japanese, but he's I think it's Hiro Murai, if I'm saying it right. And he basically was the video director for Childish Gambino's, you know, This Is America. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a powerful video.
That was a
powerful video.
So I think you just type in the, you know, Childish Gambino, This Is America, and then of course the creative director comes up. And,
I gotta look him up for sure.
He's amazing. So I don't know about all his work, but ever since when I had first seen that, I just fell in love with him. So I'm just like, I need to know who that guy is.
Yeah, Childish Gambino, all of his visuals are crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I love his style.
Yeah.
He's very creative.
They're coming up, and I think those two that I'm talking about, his creative director and him, they've come up with some type of film company or something. I mean, I think it's where you are. Yeah, they're down there, aren't they? Atlanta.
I'm not looking into this.
Successful people down there, girl. They're doing a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. There are some really, and it's inspirational
Yeah.
just to be around that. That's like the energy you need to be around, especially when you're a creative person.
Yeah.
Like you really need to be around creative people and creative energy.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that's what will, make or break your business.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
definitely being around people like that. Also, Issa Rae, love her
Oh,
too.
yes. Yes.
That's my girl. So
Absolutely. That's
yeah,
crazy. I didn't even think about, yeah, Issa Rae. So tell me, with 2020, we talked about it a little bit in the beginning because, not only, of course, did the pandemic kind of slow people down from work, but then, of course, this whole fight for equality started, the other pandemic. What has that been like down there in ATL, and what has that been like for you and your family?
Well, I try to keep my son away from things like that, but having I think anyone that has a black male in their family, it's a little bit scary. Of course I have a black son, so I feel like I have to keep him extra
Yeah.
close and protect him more than, the usual, because there's so much going on out here. But down here, I'm sure you've heard of the and oh my gosh, I forget his name, rest his soul. There was a guy down here who got killed by the police at a Wendy's. And then, of course, we had the riots.
Ridiculous. I
It's
do know. I remember.
heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was right after
Yeah,
George Floyd, right? Like almost like a month ago.
yeah, yep. And it's still other stuff. I think there was another guy, Ahmad, where they tracked him down and shot him. So it's a lot going on, but I feel like racism has never disappeared.
Right.
I feel like it's probably just taken on a different face, and now we're starting to see everything on camera because everyone has their camera out.
Yeah.
Everybody's recording. So I feel like that's the only reason why we're starting to see more of it now, but I don't feel like it's been something where it's stopped. And it's just heartbreaking to know that after years and years and years,
yeah, it's still going on.
Of fighting for, something that we shouldn't even need to fight for. It's still going on. It's really heartbreaking, and I'm just hoping it honestly gets better because, it all boils down to something as simple as opinions of people, and thoughts of people and teachings of people. It boils down to something as simple as that. Once something is taught, or, to kids and growing up and stuff like that, they're going to carry that in their minds. So I feel like we need to stop teaching hate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because a black kid, when they're younger, they don't know the difference from skin.
They just love each other. They just want to play.
Right. So that's how you can tell that it's being taught. It's being carried down from generation to generation, and I just don't think that that is something that should be even relevant today, to be honest with you.
It's horrible. Well, I think it's been going on like what you said. Well, I mean, if we go biblical, I mean, they hated Jesus, and he wasn't he wasn't white. Okay, so he was dark skinned, Hebrew, so but I'm not gonna go there. I'm already going there. I'm there, but it's just the whole point. They hated him, so of course they're gonna hate us. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I think it's important, that we continue to do like what you're talking about, that we be inspirational, that we have a spiritual, outlet. I'm not saying, because I don't go to church daily and sit all the time in the church. I'm spiritual. Like I think what we're doing right now is fellowshipping, and that's important, and to definitely, and to pray and to protect. I don't have little ones, but definitely if I did, to protect my babies like that, the way you do, to keep them safe and educate them.
But I was saying, even if you have like any black male in your family, you feel it. Absolutely. It's a different type of feeling. It's a different type of feeling when you see things like that, and you have a black father, you have a black fiance, you have a black son or whatever. It's a different type of feeling when you see things like that than a person who hasn't experienced
it.
And they may not experience it. So, it's a shame that we have to teach our young little boys how to act around policemen or act around different places. And, you know, like, you can't be like this because it may, you know, and it's like, wait a second.
Well, yeah, driving while Black, you know, playing while Black.
Right.
You know, and I think I saw a vid from a young boy that was down there in Atlanta, and he was outside playing, and he saw the police, and he ran and hid. Like, he must have been like 7, you know? So I said, this is horrible. And even me, I hate to say it, but like today, I was driving, I was really, you know, having a good day, and I saw something, you know, somewhere I had never seen before, and I was excited. So, you know, playing my music, and then all of a sudden, a policeman got behind me. And, it, you know, it was so weird. I turned down my music. You know, I turned down my music and got, you know, and I just, you know, it's sad, but I'm just like, damn, I'm Black. I'm driving while being Black. You know,
and that's something that you have to think of, like, and why. Nobody else has to think about that but us. It's like, you know, when the cops stop us, it's like, is this going to be my last day? Or, you know what I mean? Or is something going to go left? Or are they mad this day? Or are they going to take it out on me because I'm Black? Or, you know, those are things that run through your mind. And it's heartbreaking that it even has to come to that, you know?
Well, I know that we're definitely in the middle of a shift, and I will point that out, because there are still, with this craziness going on, there's a lot of goodness. There's a lot of good things happening. So, you know, I think I
feel like we are, as a people, I feel like we are so successful. And I feel like, you know, we're putting the right messages out there for ourselves. And you know, I feel like for years, our people have been so strong. And you don't find that. Like, that's a king and a queen type vibe, where where you stay strong through it all. You keep it going. You keep showing your kids positivity. You keep raising on love and not hate. You know, that's a strong mind right there, especially when especially when some of the world isn't meant for you. You know what I mean? So I'm proud to be a Black female, and I'm proud to be a Black person. I love our people. You know, I love us. You know, so I just hope that the world just changes a lot. Actually.
Well, I think it has, honestly, so far. I mean, especially seeing this generation, I think this time they messed with the wrong generation, because even here I noticed, you know, I mean, everywhere, as you've seen, white folks have gotten involved, Chinese, you know, Filipino, Hispanic, they are not having it, because everybody, if you think about it, so many of this generation, you know, these kids even younger, none of them are all one color anyway. A lot of them are mixed.
Oh yeah. It's like, you know, I feel like the world is starting to feel us. You know what I mean? And they love our culture. So you know what I mean? That alone, you know. So it's definitely something. And you know what? I was talking to my aunt about that, and my aunt was saying the same exact thing. She was like, "This generation, they're not going to lay down easy." You know, it's not something where they're like, oh, wait, we can't do, no. Now they're starting to demand, you know, different things, and
respect,
I think it's a beautiful thing. Oh, yeah, I think it's a beautiful thing, because I think that we've been asking for too long, and it's time to demand them.
And I see Ben Ramirez said, hello, Ben. He said, what the world needs is love. I mean, you know, love heals, love wins. You know,
it definitely heals, definitely heals. Love is, if you teach it, it will spread, and it's so much better. So much better. So.
Well, let's talk about one of those Black men, one of those brothers, one of those kings that you directed, Jay Griffey. You directed Shots Fired, and that was very impressive. So talk to me about that experience.
Well, Jay Griffey, he's always great to work with. You know, we worked on pretty much all his projects together, and he just brings a lot of energy. So it's not hard to get a good video out of him, because of his energy is so high. So,
amazing.
The Shots Fired video, we kind of you know, just went into the studio, and you know, we had the dancers, and a few of his boys came out, and you know, we just you know, shot the different scenes, and it came out really good. It was actually one of those videos that, you know, I feel like anybody could shoot. But the editing and stuff like that, you know, I really wanted to focus on that. So
Yes.
it
Yes.
was definitely a good vibe. Like I said, when you have someone when you work that you work with that has a lot of energy in them,
Yes. High energy.
and yeah, and brings something to the camera, it's easy to work with people like that. So
Absolutely. But it was amazing. So who else
yeah.
would you like to collaborate with, Aisha? Who's on your
Beyonce.
list?
Beyonce. No, I'm trying to think.
So many, huh?
So many. Yeah, but I do love Beyonce. That's another
Yes.
person. I feel like anybody who can bring some type of energy in front of the camera, I would love to work with. Like I used to really, really want to work with Gwen Stefani. Like I just love her
Oh,
style,
energy.
and I love,
Yes.
yeah, her energy was crazy.
So dope.
Definitely. I loved Busta Rhymes.
Oh, yeah. You like
I
everybody with
used
a
to want
lot
to
of
work with
like
him
high
so bad.
energy. Yeah.
I just love his energy. His
Yeah.
like I love videos that give a certain energy or a perspective. I don't care if I sit my camera on, you know, my tripod.
Yes.
If somebody can like bring energy, that's who I love to work with because it's so easy. Those people actually make your video. So I like people that, you know, make the video. It's not me making them. It's, you know, it's them making their own video. So
I love it.
I,
I love it.
yeah, I love people with energy. Yes.
It's very important. So what's
Yeah.
next for Aisha? What's next? After, of course, the world
Um,
opens back up completely. We're open a little, but we're going to open up completely again.
yes,
What's
yes.
next for you?
Well, I'm planning on doing more, definitely more photo shoots to get my content up, but I'm also into exploring in film. That's been a dream of mine for a while. I really do want to partake in like short films and movies and different things like that. That's why I said I love Issa Rae.
Yes.
I love the way, you know, she tells her stories
Yes.
and the comedy and everything. I love that. So definitely writing a short film right now. I'm almost done. So this will be my first short film,
Wow.
and I'm just going to simply submit it to the different events and different things like that. So hopefully it gets picked up. But it's really, I think it's one of those short films where I have kind of a Kanye moment.
Uh-oh. What
So
do you do when you have a Kanye moment?
it's a little bit left.
That's right. He's a Gemini too.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So it's a really good, I think it's a really good idea. It's a really good plot. But it does have that side where it's a little wild and it's a little loud. I love things like that, especially and even when in music videos and different things like that. I love watching videos that it's just like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, you know, people have to look at it again and they have to watch it again. I love stuff like that, and I love shooting stuff like that. So yeah, I'm hopefully going to have it start shooting it by the end of this year.
Wow.
I almost have the script done, and I'll be casting for it soon. So
this is exciting. I'm excited for you. Like I said, so much is happening.
I'm excited.
So much is happening, and so much has happened for you already. I mean, you're just going to continue, I think, to continue just to rise. You are a queen for sure. What about the graphics design? Because you do graphic design too.
Yeah, I do. That's kind of something that I fell into. There were a few people asking me, you know, to just do something for them, and I went into it and I was like, wait a second, I might be a little good at this. So that's me a lot of times. You know, when it comes down to visual arts and different things like that, I want to do it all. So I will take that initiative to learn if I don't know and deliver. So, you know, it's something where if people ask for it, I definitely love to do it. Like I do the research, I do everything. So yeah, I do that. I do cover art. a bunch of stuff.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. You do a lot, girl.
Yeah, I
So
don't,
impressed.
because I feel like if I'm gonna do it, why do it halfway?
Right.
Why not do the full thing? So that way, when people do come to you and they need anything that visually, you can deliver that to them. They don't have to go,
With 3 and 4
to
different
different places.
people. Yeah.
Exactly,
I love
exactly.
this. I'm very
I would
professional.
too.
I'm just
Yeah,
excited
oh,
and
yeah.
impressed. And
Yes, thank you.
I feel blessed all the way. So I
Thank you.
definitely
Thank
will
you.
be utilizing your services.
Oh,
Obviously
yeah,
I'm so
definitely.
grateful again for the opportunity. And in closing, because I'm not gonna keep, because we could talk all night, but IG will cut you off like literally. Like, they only give so many minutes. So, but
Yeah.
I just want to say to you, Miss Aisha A, Queen of Visuals, keep doing what you're doing, because
Yes.
you're doing very well and you're very
Thank
impressive.
you.
And I know, like I said earlier, you make your mom very proud.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I'm proud of you, and I'm just
Thank
meeting
you
you.
so much.
So, your energy is amazing. Your
Thank
hair
you.
is fly.
Oh, thank
The vids. I love the color. I've been looking at the hair color.
Try
Like,
something different.
that's dope. But yeah, you're just doing so much, and it makes us as sisters, as other queens and Black women looking at this amazing young woman doing so much, a mommy, a soon to be wife, so it can be done.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah. It can definitely be done. Yes.
So,
and I started when I became a mom. So, as far as business wise, I started when I became a mom. So,
wow.
and it was something where I honestly used to take my son, stick him right in that stroller and wheel him right. I didn't have a babysitter sometimes at the time. So I used to wheel him right to my photo shoots. And he is one of those people that is, used to the studio life, because he's been on set with me all his life, so he's used to it. So my family and my uncles and everything, they're like, oh, I'm jealous. We call him Juju. I'm jealous of Juju because he's been around more models than me and all this.
And he'd probably just be smiling, I can just imagine.
He be in his own world. He gets his little game, and he goes to his like little corner, and he gets in his own world. It's so normal for him. But I feel like as a mom, not only as a mom but as a parent, it's so important for us to be the example, not just tell him, this is what you do, this is what you should do. Sometimes they need to see it.
Yeah, lead
Sometimes
by
they
example.
need to see, exactly. Sometimes they need to see mom or dad still going after their dream to, for them to believe that it can happen. So, yeah.
Well, he's got some great leaders. So, I mean, blessings, and my hat's off to you, girl. And let's stay in touch. Try not to work too much tonight. I know it's late your time. It's only 7 o'clock here. So. It's still daylight.
It's over there. Yes.
Thank you so much, Aisha. I appreciate you. And
no
God
problem
bless
at
you.
all.
And let's do it again soon, okay?
Yes, yes. You have a good night.
You too. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.